I love to listen to music. It's a big part of my life, so today I decided to share my thoughts on some of the bands and songs that I love dearly. So let's begin. Modern baseball. I found modern baseball years ago when I was watching a Wilbur Soot live stream where he gave a list of songs or bands that he was listening to at that time. I wrote them all down, and later on, when I started listening to those songs, modern baseball stood out to me. The raw vocals mixed with really well written lyrics stand out from any other bands I've ever heard. There's this specific sound that they have that I can't quite explain, and to think they created these songs while they were in their early 20s just blows my mind. Both Jake and Bran have their own writing styles, so listening to this band makes it really refreshing when it goes from one person to another. It's like two bands in one, and it's just awesome. Bran and Jake met in high school when Bran was interested in Jake's sister. They connected through music and created the band that now so many people love. It's funny because when I first started listening to the band, I was a little confused on who was singing because they sounded different in some songs until I found out that there are two singers and they both write their own songs in every album they released. So for example, in this one, Jake wrote the lyrics and he's singing.
Rejection scream.
And in this one, Bran wrote the lyrics and he's the one singing. Also, a fun fact, Sean, the drummer of the band, sings in Your Graduation. He has his own verse, which blows my mind. He's also the lead singer of a band called Steady Hands, which was referenced in Redone. And if all of that wasn't crazy enough already, the bassist, Ian, is a great singer too. I watched a bunch of videos of them doing live shows and he would sing covers of The Killers, more specifically songs like Mr. Brightside and When We Were Young. He was also the one producing Modern Baseball's first album, so it just shows how talented they all are as individual artists and together as a band. They went on an indefinite hiatus back in 2017, and since then, Jake made a new band called Slaughter Beach Dog with Ian still as the bassist, which I also recommend you listen to. Every time I watch a live or acoustic version of a song they play on YouTube, I see how much they just love music, and I can relate to that. I think they're a big part of why I love music so much and why I'm learning to play the guitar as well. One of the first songs I learned on guitar was Thrash Particle, which is my favorite song from them. It's pretty easy to play, and learning it on the guitar made me appreciate the song even more. These are not in particular order, but here they go. Obviously, Thrash Particle, as I said before, it's my favorite song. It's really catchy, honest, with a great switch up. Pothole, basically poetry, very raw.
Will romanticize my despair.
Just Another Face, one of the first songs I've ever heard from the band and my original favorite. And Beyond, a recognizable intro and a super catchy but short song. Every Day, a song that keeps evolving as it goes on with an awesome ending. I could keep going until I end up recommending all of their songs and I can't really pick anything in particular because I like it all, so just go listen to it all. I've also made a Modern Baseball Live Sessions playlist here on YouTube that I keep going back to, and I thought I would share it with you. So if you're interested, the link for the playlist will be in the description of this video. Tiger's Jaw. When I talk about Tiger's Jaw, I'm talking about the 2005 to 2013 era. The current stuff is good too, but Adam's songs are the reason I fell in love with this band, so that's what I'll be focusing on. I used to listen to Lil Peep a lot back in the day, and he has a song called Absolute in Doubt featuring an artist called Wicked Face Spring Eternal. Back then, this didn't really mean anything to me. I thought the artist that was featured on the song sounded really unique, almost like his voice sounded bad, but in a way that somehow worked. I couldn't really explain it. Years later, when I was listening to music and I had Smart Shuffle turned on Spotify, a song called Gypsy from Tiger's Jaw started playing, which isn't originally from them. It's a cover of Fleetwood Mac. Either way, this singer sounded so unique, and I had the same thought as before a few years ago. This guy almost sounds bad, but good at the same time. I didn't connect the dots at this point, but I saved that song and listened to the band later on a bit more. Only recently, a few months ago, I found out that Tiger's Jaw's singer Adam left the band back in 2013 to start his solo career. I looked into his career as a solo artist, and his name was Vikafei's Spring Eternal, which didn't mean much to me until I actually looked at his stuff on Spotify and saw Absolute in Doubt as one of his top songs. This is when it hit me, and I felt like an idiot not connecting the dots way before. With that out of the way, I pretty much mentioned why I like this band. Adam's voice is weird in the best way possible. There's nothing else like it. The songs they make are fun to sing along to and sound different in their own way. Charmer, probably my favorite song from them. The pauses between the verses, where the drum and the guitar quiet down, are really fun. Everything builds back up later on, and the song goes out with a big bang, which I love. Arms Across America. A good and heavy song, the ending is absolutely amazing. Spirit Desire. My second favorite, an emotional and raw song with good lyrics, slower than most of their other songs that I listen to. Slow Come On. This song was stuck in my head for so long, it's just sick. Listen to their self-titled album called Tiger's Jaw from 2008. Any song from that is basically a banger. The Front Bottoms. I found them while listening to Modern Baseball. Spotify has recommendations at the bottom of their profile saying something like fans also listen to, and then it shows you a bunch of bands. So one day I listened to a song called Fairbanks, Alaska, and I was hooked. Twin-sized mattress just sealed the deal for me, and I became a fan. I found a bunch of good bands and songs using the same Spotify feature, but if I made a video with all of these bands, then it would be just hours long. I don't want to waste anyone's time. Now that I think about it, Wilbur Soot might have mentioned them as well, and that's also a reason I gave them a listen. The Front Bottoms is a unique band because of the style they write their music in. Brian's voice, who is the lead singer, is very distinctive sounding to me, and the way he sings and writes his songs is almost like he's not even singing but just talking. I say that, but he's a good singer, which he proves in many other songs, to be fair. Fairbanks, Alaska. Cool vibes, very singable. Twin-size mattress. One of my personal favorites from the band. Hello World, awesome beginning, very poetic and has more of a vulnerable and real vibe to it. It's also pretty recent compared to the other ones I listed. I swear to God the devil made me do it. Banger title, weird lyrics but in a good way, and I just want to scream along every time it comes on. Title Fight. Since I listen to and watch a lot of live versions of songs I've already mentioned, YouTube has a pretty good idea of what I like, and it auto-played a song of theirs called Safe in Your Skin, which starts with this guitar part that I really loved. Even though this was the first time I heard them, I liked what I heard. I didn't save the song and I didn't check out the band on Spotify like I usually would. Because of this, I didn't listen to them for almost a whole year until pretty recently when I saw the song again and thought I should look at their page and listen to more songs from them. Also, as a side note, recently I saw Safe in Your Skin and just some specific songs from them pop up on Instagram or TikTok, I guess. I don't really use them, to be fair. I don't even have a TikTok, but it seems like they're getting more attention and people are using their songs for videos, so I'm happy for them. One of my favorite things about this band is the intros to some of their songs. As I mentioned, Safe in Your Skin had such a captivating guitar intro that it made me fall in love with the band. Later on, another song called Head in the Ceiling Fan became my favorite song from them for similar reasons. The intro guitar part was very catchy, to the point I wanted to learn it myself on the guitar, which I eventually did. Head in the Ceiling Fan. My personal favorite from the band, and very catchy guitar, and the lyrics are simple but not in a bad way. This is a great example of less is more. Symmetry. More upbeat and screamy with an ending I always look forward to because of how catchy it is. GMT, in brackets Greenwich Mean Time. Awesome vocals that I absolutely love, especially with the screaming part, very powerful sounding. Kenny Hoopla. I wasn't sure if I should talk about him or not, but I enjoy his music too much to just not add him here. Just to make things clear, he's an artist and not a band, and his style of music is pretty all over the place. Like some of the other bands I've mentioned so far, they all have multiple genres and some of their songs don't actually fit in the title of the video, but for the most part all of these are one or the other in some sense. With that out of the way, I'm gonna get to my thoughts now. I found Kenny Hoopla through a YouTube video I watched. I don't remember which video in specific, but I know I was watching Wellspire Family when I heard this one song that just resonated with me instantly. This song was How Will I Rest in Peace When I'm Buried by a Highway. Pretty long title for a song, I know, but it's a banger, trust me. After hearing this song, I checked out his Spotify and, as I usually do, I listened to some more of his songs. With that, I found out just how versatile he is. He got this specific style of music he makes, and then when he feels like it, he just drops an album with Travis Barker for fun, I guess, and changes it all up. And when that's done, he just goes ahead and does his thing again and just makes a bunch of different styles of music. Listening to him is like listening to multiple bands or artists with the same singer, and that's beautiful. I had the opportunity to see him live last year and it was just a blast. The more I listen to him, the more I like him as an artist and his music, of course. How Will I Rest in Peace If I'm Buried by the Highway? The song that started this all when it comes to Kenny Hoopla. Amazing song with good atmosphere. Birthday Card. A recent song that quickly became my favorite. Insanely catchy and the lyrics are just chef's kiss. One Tulip. Completely different vibe from the other songs. This one specific part of the song easily gets stuck in my head. Waves. One of his first tracks on Spotify from I think 2017. Very raw and beautiful. There's a part with a voice crack that he kept in and that just makes it so human. Silence is also an answer. From the album with Travis Barker, very intricate lyrics, very well written. I just want to scream the chorus whenever I hear this song. And as an honorable mention, I also have to mention American Football with their self-titled album, which is obviously a classic. This is basically the foundation of Midwest Emo, which was my most listened to genre according to Spotify Wrapped last year, so I gotta show some love. The whole album is just a musical masterpiece. Amazing guitars throughout the whole project with a beautiful tone. Same goes for the rest of the bands, of course. With that being said, this marks the end of the video. I really love music and I think everyone should be open to any type of music because music can help you when no one can. Also, learning an instrument opened my mind in ways I never thought it would, both when it comes to music and everyday life. With that being said, this marks the end of the video. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.